In skateboarding, the video part is like your resume. These guys put their heart and soul into it. Here's my last year or 2 years or 3 years. It's your album. They want every video part with their name on it to become one of these classics that people are going to watch 20 years from now. There's definitely a greater legitimacy to a trick done on a real street spot. The rails are higher, the ground's rougher. There's all these different factors. You're trying the hardest trick you've ever done, and a lot of times with the cops on the way. This is really where the action's at. Real Street is a very unique contest. In other kind of mainstream sports, like the best in the world are definitely the guys going to the Super Bowl. But in skateboarding, some of the best in the world don't even show up in these contests, in the arenas. They're not going to be in the X Games.
I don't think it's really common knowledge that the best in the world are skating at school on the weekends.
They're out in the streets, jumping down stairs, grinding rails. Where they really shine is in these videos.
Street skating parts carry more weight than actual contest win.
The way Real Street works is that we got 6 of the best street skateboarders in the world. They get to pick a filmer that they work best with.
They're gonna film a 1-minute piece of their best clips for us to judge.
Judging skateboarding versus traditional sports is extremely difficult because it's super subjective.
It's cliche to say, but it's more of an art form than anything else.
With skateboarding, there's style involved. It would be like watching basketball and giving them extra points because they looked cooler when they dunked.
We've got a very mixed bag of judges this year.
Personally, as a judge, I'm looking for how well something's filmed, the way it's edited, the quality of tricks, and how much it brings you into the video part.
I'm looking for something different. I want to see progressive tricks. I know what these guys have done in the past, so I want to see a little bit more excitement.
I want creativity, tricks that push some limits, and then it should be put together well.
If clips are just thrown together in a timeline and there's no thought behind it, then it's gonna weigh a little bit on judging. I wanna see this as a complete video part.
As a judge for Real Street, man, this is super tough. All these guys are the gnarliest dudes out.
All of them, no matter what they skate, put together completely different parts.
Dakota Servold.
Dakota has the ability to go huge.
He can rip big handrails. I'm really stoked to see what he brings.
Clive Dixon.
Big tricks, death-defying stunts.
Franky Villani is a really, really fun one to watch.
He's one of the most exciting guys on 4 wheels right now. He's got a million tricks.
Kevin Bækkel, the Spot City skates are clearly gnarly.
Kevin Bækkel, the Viking. When you see him out there, he is going full blast.
Jamie Foy.
Man, Jamie Foy, 2019 bronze medalist.
I'm thinking it's gonna be big, gnarly, new tricks.
Chase Webb, he has the title to uphold.
He's a rail maniac.
He's got a bag of tricks on him that is gonna be tough to beat.
You know, some years there's some legends tossed in. These are all guys at the height of their power.
It makes it extremely difficult to judge.
But at the end of the day,
somebody's got to win.
Up first, Dakota Servold.
He definitely has the guts and the ability to ride a handrail from the very beginning all the way out.
Clive Dixon, he goes bigger than almost anybody in skating right now.
He's a blue-collar shredder, hell-bent on destruction.
Welcome back to Real Street. 6 of the top pros, 6 filmers.
They have 6 to 9 months to hit the streets hard.
Film a 1-minute piece of their best clips
to hopefully win an X Games gold medal. I'm super excited. Let's check out our first team.
This guy, he is full-time in the van going bananas. You don't know what he's gonna do next.
Dakota Servold and his filmer, Tim Cicilline.
Skateboarding is so illegal, and it's so mainstream now. Like all these people are like, skateboarding is so cool, and they want to like be a part of skateboarding, but it's like, skateboarding is the most illegal thing ever. I think that we're all pirates, basically. My name is Dakota Servold. Tim Cicilline, he is a longtime friend of mine. We have been working on video parts together for like years now. He's quick, this guy. I'm not quick, I take a while.
Filming for Real Street, it's my first one. It's cool having 1 minute to show the world what you've been up to for the past 6 months.
A little bit of blood. I grew up in Phoenix, Arizona. My older brother kind of showed me skateboarding when I was like 7 years old. And that's when I like kind of started to fall in love with it. You can kind of be your own person and do your own thing. That's how I was able to express myself. Me and Aaron live right next to each other. We started skating together. We were all getting better. If I would grind like a 10 rail or something, like Aaron would grind it, or Aaron would ollie off roof, I'd be like, oh, I have to try and ollie off a roof now. 2005, 2006, my dad's job moved us to California, and moving was like really gnarly, but my friend Jared Lucas, he took me in and started introducing me to photographers, getting in magazines and filming more stuff. I really started getting my foot in the door. It was a dream come true. Being a pro skateboarder, all your time is your own.
You okay?
So it's easy to find yourself like falling into a party. Like I was drinking a lot. So I was like, oh, whatever, like everyone's drinking a lot. Why does it matter?
I think Dakota was pretty close to losing everything. He was partying every day, losing sponsors. You're so good at skating, but you're not using it to your full potential.
At 25, one day I just woke up and looked in the mirror and was just like, what am I doing? Like I'm throwing this all away. I wanted to be a professional skateboarder again.
Go check out that spot that we went to last week.
Him going sober has been a huge jump in his motivation. He's hungry, he is the first one, hit me up in the morning. By noon, we'll be at this spot. I'm gonna try this trick. He knows what he's gonna do, how he's gonna do it, what it's gonna look like. He's got a vision.
Skating is like, it's a process. You're there and you're trying these tricks and like trying to figure it out. Like I'll have someone film something on their iPhone, go to the slow-mo, like to frame by frame, and like watch like what I'm doing.
Dang it, I was like just on that side. Right.
It helps you realize like, oh, okay, a little bit of a tweak and I can like maybe roll away.
I think his Real Street part is looking really solid. He's put in a lot of work.
All right, Timmy, right here, Aaron.
Still needs to get an ender, which he's got an idea for. Hopefully he gets it.
Let's try, please.
I feel more motivated now because of all the time that I feel like I've wasted, and now I'm like playing catch up with it. Make sure that you have no regrets for the skateboarding that you did.
That's fun. That's the fun part.
My name is Dakota Servold, and this is my XGames Real Street part.
They can see what can't be seen as they live through their dreams of the last known rebels alive. They drive from morning to night with no fatigue in their eyes of the last known rebels alive. Oh, they never chase gold, but they're paying blood for what they owe. They're the last known rebels alive. They can see what can't be seen because they live through their dreams. Oh, they're the last known rebels alive. They never fall in love with one face. They can never stay in one place. Oh, they live for the chase. They're the last known rebels alive. They're the last known rebels alive.
Holy cow, Dakota Servold. I love this part. He's flipping the board a lot, which is not what Dakota is known for.
That part was awesome. I liked the way that it flowed.
You know what was cool about that one? That soundtrack was by his best friend, Leo Romero.
We love Leo Romero. Using that song, he knew he was going to get a couple extra bonus points, which he did.
He does a frontside half cab off of a bump over a bar. I can only imagine being so scary to try. I thought that he found really impressive street spots like ledges into handrails.
The frontside 50-50 to front blunt down that giant yellow triple kink. Man, that's what I like to see. I like to see a guy who takes a maneuver that he patented himself and then pushes it farther than anybody's ever thought of. That was a killer first part from Dakota. Let's move on to team 2.
He's known for like the death-defying moves.
He goes bigger than almost anybody in skating right now.
Clive Dixon and his filmer, Adam Mills.
Pretty much all the tricks that I make are battles. It's just all will, no skill. I like the fear. I like to scare myself when I skate, especially something that you could get really hurt on.
Clive spots history. It's pretty gnarly, like the water tower, El Toro. He leaves his mark pretty well.
Oh my God!
I grew up in Cocoa Beach, Florida, just a quiet little beach town, a bunch of surfers and nice people. My buddy had a skateboard. I went over there to start riding around with him, and I think that was it. Came home and I was like, hey Mom, I rode this thing called a skateboard, like I gotta get one of these things. I was probably like a teenager where I was like, oh, I wanna be a pro skater. My parents, they were pretty set on me going to school. My dad was kind of like, skateboarding? Like, are you serious? I got sponsored by Birdhouse Skateboards around the time I was graduating. I went on one tour with Birdhouse, met Tony Hawk, and I was like, yeah, I want to skate, I want to move to California and skate. And I told that to my parents. My dad, of course, he knew who Tony Hawk was. Everyone knew who Tony Hawk was. They were like, all right, that's what you're gonna do, so do it. I lived with Mills and Clint Walker. Started skating with those guys, and it's just like, huge rails, huge gaps. Before getting on Birdhouse, I didn't really skate big rails or anything. Going to spots with them, when your friend was trying to trick, it was like you were trying to trick and you were like doing it with him. Clint came up with the idea. He wanted to get an RV and go to different states.
Where we at? Chicago.
Spend a month in each city, just try to film and skate. After that RV tour, my dad had passed away. It was like a huge shock. Had to come back to Florida and kind of just take care of stuff. Not that I forgot about skateboarding, but I just started not really respecting the fact that I had this job, this opportunity just to skate. About like a year later, I kind of just came to and realized I could be back in California, like skating with my friends, filming and doing what I love. There were a lot of tricks that I thought that I had the ability to do, and I might have just been a little more timid before, and when I came back, I just told myself, like, I'm gonna do all of this. The last few years, my skateboarding has been progressing. I'm skating better than I've ever skated in my life.
Clive is like real to the point. He's always got a plan and knows what he wants to do.
Mills is one of my best friends in the world and also a great videographer. He's really down for the missions to go out late, 2 or 3 in the morning.
I'm parked over here so we can just unload.
Go get the generator out, light something up.
I film it for Real Street. If you put out something that's subpar, like that's part of your career, that's part of your, I guess, legacy in skating. So I want to be proud of this. I mean, this is what we really do.
Right now, I like a lot of the tricks I have, but I still have the last few things that I want to get. I'll be happy with it when it's done. The video part is something that will stick with skateboarding forever. My name's Clive Dixon, and this is my X Games Real Street part.
You just watched Clive Dixon? Insane.
Wow, Clive Dixon's part, that was amazing.
He opened with El Toro. It was kind of like a nod to all skaters.
That's an infamous spot we thought was long gone.
Put bumps at the top and stuff at the bottom. Clive said, you can do whatever you want. I'm still gonna skate this thing.
He's grinding through a mess of bent metal, somehow pulling it off. That was nuts.
He had his death-defying stuff, but then the other stuff that he did that pressure wally to back lip on a ledge. I thought that was sick.
Downside for me was the back-to-back front blunts. 2 camera angles, virtually the same side. For me, that was a waste of seconds in this minute-long contest.
The song worked really well, the edit worked really well. I thought it was great.
Definitely some crazy stuff, but not really what he's known for as far as like, are we gonna have to call the ambulance? Franky Villani never says die. He's like a Goonie in that way.
Franky Villani is a really, really fun one to watch.
Nobody thought he had it. Guess what? He's one of the most exciting guys on 4 wheels right now. Welcome back to Real Street.
We just watched the first 2 parts.
Dakota Servold, wow.
The feel-good part, the music, the editing. Dakota's last trick, going through the kink and hopping the front blunt. I love that.
Clive Dixon at El Toro, infamous handrail spot. He's grinding through a mess of bent metal.
Those guys absolutely set the bar high. Now we have something special for you.
This guy is a tech god.
I think he's such a wild card.
He can body varial, mix it up. He's a goofball, and he's got a million tricks.
Team number 3.
Franky Villani and his filmer, the Joe Face.
My name is Franky Villani. I got into Real Street because I think one day Joe just asked me, like, what do you think about Real Street? I was like, oh, I don't know. And he's like, well, I entered you in it. My filmer for Real Street is the Joe Face. I'm not gonna try to say his last name.
My buddy, when we were growing up, he couldn't say Joseph, so he used to call me Joe-Face. Somebody thought he said Joe Face. I've been Joe Face for 20 years.
This is one of the only times where if somebody goes, "What you guys gonna be on the X Games or something?" You could be like, "Yeah, actually."
Franky enjoys giving me a hard time. Franky won't answer my text messages, my phone calls, my emails, because he thinks it's hilarious.
I'll do it later. I never get around to it. It's a little bit fun stressing Joe out. I'm from Santa Ana, California. I grew up really close to the skate park. I like that with skating, everything's pretty much up to you what you want to do. They're like hidden rules, but you don't really have to follow them.
Franky Villani is the best skateboarder that I know. He is a magician. Frank's approach is different in the way that I can't really suggest anything for him.
You're a weird guy, Frank. I would have never looked at this and been like, oh, it's a spot.
The way that works best for me is if I end up at a spot that I think looks cool, I'll get excited and I want to try something.
Whatever's gonna happen that day is whatever is coming out of his brain.
The difference about a contest like this is that you're not really put on the spot as much. I'm not good under pressure. I don't know, we've just been kind of having fun with it, so it hasn't been too stressful.
Frank, right here.
Joe is very persistent. He doesn't let me slack off very much. He's the one that lets me know the stuff I have to do.
I think for this particular Real Street, he's gonna stand out because everybody else in the contest really has a thing where they want to die. They skate some very, very dangerous things. Frank is more along the lines of let's just go have fun. And I think it shows in the footage. Maybe that's our angle. Maybe that's how we get the gold.
My name is Franky Villani, and this is my X Games Real Street part.
Did you hear me? I tried
Franky's part, that's technical skating at its finest.
As weird as we thought it was gonna be, we got body varials in there, we got pressure flips. I mean, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on in there.
Kickflip body varials that he does them the opposite way. So he's like kickflipping, and then he's turning toward the board instead of away from it with the kickflip foot. I thought that was awesome.
I love the way he approached obstacles. Board slide flip out, frontside board slide flip out.
That song, whew, it does not get nerdier. That might throw a few people off, but I like it. I like the whole Franky Villani experience.
The first trick in his part over the Flushing Meadows gap, I think the filmer might have shot it at a slower frame rate because I couldn't tell if that was a pressure flip late flip, a shove it late flip. You got to see all those details.
It felt like him. It felt like a completion of like who the dude actually is.
It's just fun, matches Franky's personality.
Speaking of creativity, let's check out this profile on our real street artist, Andrew Schultz.
My name's Andrew Schultz. I'm an artist living and working in Los Angeles, California. Skateboarding has always been a great release. It's kind of a reset in my mind. When I get to the studio, I have a calmness about me, and I can focus really well on what I'm doing. Skateboarding's pretty much shaped the person, the artist that I've become. Being a skateboarder, I've always looked at things outside of the box, merely looking at mundane objects in a different kind of way, figuring out creative uses of things that maybe you wouldn't otherwise think of as creative objects. And that's really kind of shaped my approach to making art. It's cool to be involved in a contest like X Games Real Street because I grew up skating in the streets, and for me, street skateboarding is really the heart of skateboarding.
We're about to watch Kevin Bækkel. He's a Viking. He goes really, really, really fast.
Jamie Foy, holy moly.
Jamie absolutely rips.
This is where judging is ridiculous.
My name is Dakota Servold, professional skateboarder. As a pro skateboarder, you constantly have to put content out. You constantly have people filming stuff on their iPhones. Do something fun at the skate park to show people that you're out there doing it. That's like become a part of our job. Filming with Tim, he's constantly looking for skate spots. His iPhone has all these spots. As you click it, it goes right into the maps and it just shows you like, okay, 30 minutes away.
Let's go check out this spot for Real Street video.
That's really like a game changer.
Wow, that was the closest one yet.
Skating is a constant, like you're chasing this high of like looking for spots and landing tricks. For people that don't skate, when they see skaters at a street spot, just like, what is this crowd of people doing? Oh, they're like working on one trick.
Oh my God!
That's wild.
Welcome back to Real Street. Let's move on to our fourth part.
He's a Viking. He goes really, really, really fast. He takes big slams.
Kevin Bækkel and his filmer, Daphne.
The slam is a clip too. That's what I always say to Noah, like, if I get a slam, like, still got a clip. All right, when I skate, it takes work to like get tricks. Just gotta put your head into it and just do the work.
Dude goes fast, skates raw, black metal, attack mode. He doesn't give up until he's rolling away. Kevin Bækkel is the Norwegian hammer. Kevin's one of my favorite dudes to film with, travel with.
We have filmed like 2 parts together. He's like my best friend and we work really good together. He knows what I like to skate. He motivates me and keeps me going when I'm pissed off and mad and over it.
I think just like any skateboarder, you have your moments, your freakouts. When you're going for some gnarly stuff, when you got multiple kinks ahead of you, you're still gonna do the first one. It's more like a freak out, try to figure out what's wrong or why his body's not working.
That thing, dude! And that kind of helps me sometimes to get angry and just try to go for it. I really want to do a real street because it's just like another part you film, and filming parts is what I really love to do. Yeah, I grew up skating contests, but like I never been in a contest like this. And I really like the concept. Just go around, find spots that you really want to do tricks on and put it together with your best mate.
He doesn't just skate some easy, mellow stuff. He's always looking for big, gnarly obstacles.
I love skating big rails. You get on and you don't really know what's gonna happen. Hear the sound, you just gotta go for it and hopefully it just works out.
Kevin definitely works for tricks because he won't give up. Never see him like give up on a spot.
Oh, I hurt my leg.
Unless he's so broken that he can't walk away.
The first time filming for the real street, we drove down from Santa Cruz to San Diego. And first spot, got a pretty gnarly concussion.
You all right, player? Hit my head really hard.
After I hit my head, I like stood up and like, I'm fine. I thought I was fine, or like kind of fine, but it was not fine at all.
He doesn't know who I am. He doesn't even know who he is. Then I was like, dude, we gotta go just to the hospital.
I try to put in everything, like the hardest I can do for every video part. A concussion took a long time to come back from, like it took a whole month. Slam sword, it's just a part of skating. At the end, I feel like I got some good tricks and put it together with a good song, and Noah edited super sick.
Definitely proud of Kevin. He put everything down. He's got so much passion involved in it that you see it when he's skating. Stoked to be a part of this year's Real Street.
My name is Kevin Bækkel, and this is my XGames Real Street part.
All right, we just watched Kevin's part. This thing did not disappoint.
Holy moly, Kevin skates fast.
He skates with like intensity and purpose for the tricks that he's gonna do.
It starts with like a big handrail into a hill, and then he's got to thread the needle through those poles.
What I really liked, really liked, he does like a rainbow rail, 50-50, and then it goes into a different one. That's seeing a spot and doing something about it.
I love the fact that he gives you 2-for-1 tricks. He'll do a trick, and then you can see speed wobbles, the ground's rough, barely holding on. I love all that, incorporate all of it.
He grinds probably one of the bigger kinkers of all of these videos we're gonna see.
The rail comes down, sidewalk goes crooked. He pulls off of the rail early, sideways, and barely misses going into the grass. That's the type of stuff that I love watching.
That one's gonna be tough to beat.
It was a rad part. Didn't have as many tricks as I would have liked, but you know, I know he got hurt.
The fact that he was able to deliver a part like this, it's that Viking blood. 4 insane parts.
Let's move on to our 5th team and last year's bronze medalist,
Jamie Big Boy Foy.
All these skaters are big competition, but Chase Webb, he hasn't told me anything he got, but I have friends that know what he got.
I heard Chase did some stuff at Hollywood.
So I got people in the right places, you know? You gotta keep your ear to the streets in situations.
Yeah, Chase, we're ready to see that one. That'll be in the part, I bet, huh? Yeah.
My name is Jamie Foy. My filmer again this year is Kaylin Diaz. We had a great time last year and we got bronze, so we're just here to try to work our way up the ladder.
Jamie Foy is a machine. He just gets footage anywhere he goes, and it's surprising if he doesn't. The hardest part with Jamie is there's too much footage. It's almost like getting the clips is the easy part, and then picking what we can mash into 1 minute is the hardest part. When it's like a big rail, he just does it. He like has it down to like a science. Seeing that in person is so intense, like how easy he can make it look.
I never really set out to be that rail dude. It's just one of the things that I'm less scared of trying. We're at the top of a 20 stair. There's a handrail and there's a stair set. Walking up it, I'll get tired. Jumping down it, I might hurt myself. Taking the handrail, that's a pretty safe route for me. If I get a good ollie, I'm making it down. Except for when it sticks in Albuquerque. You know, there's variables sometimes.
This year flew by pretty quick. Pretty hyped on everything we have so far.
Kalen is always down to go get something. He wants to see it get done as much as you want to do it. That's one of my favorite things about him. And that's what makes me want to make it come to life.
A warm-up grind. Now it's just going to be editing and jamming all those tricks up into 1 minute.
Like last year, we just put a lot of hammers with pretty minimal editing. I feel like this year, we're going to make it more pleasant for people to watch. Do more of a wine and dine experience this time, you know? Super stoked I could be in it again and get my opportunity to go for the gold. My name is Jamie Foy, and this is my X Games Real Street part.
Woo! Jamie Foy, it was like a greatest hits of the Foy experience.
His part was amazing.
It really felt like a Jamie Foy part. It felt like it was put together pretty well. The music fit.
We saw insane handrail action. He's got a heel flip, back 50. Never seen that one before on something that big. And then of course he ends it with a handrail, thread the needle, early release, watch the pole.
He ended his part a little lackluster. It was a lifestyle shot. Maybe they had to do that to complete the time limit that they have, but for me, something else could have been put in there.
This part was insane, but like, was it his most insane part?
I think it's inevitable that you judge somebody against themselves a little bit. I thought that it was a really good part. I thought that it was not his best part.
But all in all, really impressed with what Jamie brought.
He's the smallest guy in the group who brings some of the biggest tricks, the defending champ, Chase Webb. He's gonna have to go twice as crazy this year. I don't know how he can do it.
Welcome back to Real Street.
6 teams, pro skater, pro filmer.
They're gonna film a 1 minute piece of their best clips for us to judge.
All of them put together completely different types of parts. It makes it extremely difficult to judge.
So we just watched Kevin Bækkel and Jamie Foy.
Kevin's part, this thing did not disappoint. He grinds probably one of the bigger kinkers. Jamie Foy, it was like a greatest hits of the Foy experience.
His part was amazing.
You saw insane handrail action.
I really liked the heel flip 50.
5 amazing video parts.
And they were all incredible, but here we are at our final team.
He's the smallest guy in the group who brings some of the biggest tricks.
I think he's pushing handrail skating to the next level.
Our returning champ,
last year's gold medalist,
Chase Webb.
Chase Webb, very sure-footed on sketchy obstacles.
He shuts down spots before they ever even got skated.
He's gonna have to go twice as crazy this year. I don't know how he can do it.
Chase Webb with his filmer, Chris Ray.
To win Real Street was insane. I'd just flown in from Barcelona. I was all jet lagged and I was trying to trick and Muska pulls up on me.
Oh my God, so close, so close. He's about to do this, man. We should go over there and surprise him, I think. I think it's about time.
Surprises us with the gold medal, like insane, dude.
The X Games Real Street winners this year was no way.
Oh, somebody's like, hey, here's a gold medal. And hey, here's Muska. You're just like, wait, it was like too much at once.
Yeah.
My mom and dad were tripping out. They know that I'm in it this year, so they're like, you could win again? I'm like, I'm gonna try to win again. Like, I'm gonna give it my all. Like, here we go.
It's hard to outdo yourself. Even though it's only been a year, skateboarding's got even crazier.
You don't think it'd get any crazier, and then a new video part comes out every day. You're like, I thought I was ahead of the game. I'm not ahead of the game.
We have to not only beat everybody else, but we have to also beat ourselves. So how can we do that?
Yo, how you doing?
I'm chill.
I'm about to hit that spot.
All right, I think I got it. I think it will be chill.
Dude, I'm hyped if we get this. What's up?
What's good?
How you feeling?
I'm chilling. How are you?
Good. Ready to do this, man.
There's so much that goes into skating that people don't know.
Skateboarding's tough, filming a video part's tough. You might go to the spot for 2 or 3 months to get that one trick, and that trick is an average of 3 seconds long.
That's what we did last time.
Southern California only has so many spots, and I've lived here my whole life. I want to find something that looks cool and is just something different. I'm just trying to get more creative this year. I just like skating weird obstacles.
It's perfect for it. We'll start building this thing.
Going in for this part, I wanted to do stuff that was better than the last part.
I think for us, it's just like we don't want to put out the exact same thing.
I had this idea in my head. I was like, well, I did this ollie at the beginning of the last part. What if I could kickflip it now?
It's a stressful spot. You have to have people that are watching out for traffic.
And I went and tried this kickflip for like 2 hours. Couldn't do it. It was such a mental battle because I was waiting for just one right kickflip.
To go back and take himself out on such a crazy spot. We're just trying to set a tone of, look, like we've stepped it up this year and we're gonna do even better.
We'll get the wood to go on there. Probably about that steep.
Dude, this is perfect.
It's good?
Yeah.
This is our best work yet.
Chris, he's my favorite person to film with. It's not just a skate contest, it's a combined effort. I could give him an idea and he could give me his advice.
I think Feeble Backsmith would be dope.
As many years as I've done Real Street, for some reason this year I'm like feeling the most pressure. We just wanted to really try to outdo ourselves. Chase took a lot of slams for this part. I feel like he battled more than I've seen in the past.
I skated Hollywood 16 in this part. I walked up to it and I was just like, oh my God, there's a chain in the middle of it. I want a 50-50, ollie 50-50 over this chain. So many iconic things have been done there. To like get something that hasn't been done means everything. This year I really took my goals and put them into this part.
Yeah, Chase, this is the one.
I just genuinely did what I wanted to do and it feels good.
Love it. Thank you so much, dude.
My name is Chase Webb and this is my X Games Real Street part.
Chase Webb.
That part was
totally bananas. He just goes on a warpath.
All 6 guys really did well out there, killed it in their video parts. We all came together.
We're gonna break down our top 3 now.
You guys signed up for this? You wanted to be ranked? Here goes. While the judges make their decision, it's time for you to pick yours. Visit xgames.com/Real Street and vote now for the fan favorite.
We just watched our 6th and final part, Chase Webb by Chris Ray.
That part was
totally bananas. There's so much going on in this video. He starts it off with insane terrain. Kickflip into that mountain.
That kickflip was wild. Is a 1-up from last year.
That's a good start.
It really sets the stage of like, hey, I'm pushing it.
And then he just goes on a warpath. He's ollieing in and out of handrails, board sliding through kinks with drops and bends. And that chain at Hollywood 16, if you can grind it, ollie and grind again on a steep down rail, that's just showing off.
The feeble grind around like a full horseshoe stood out because I just didn't know where he was going with it, and it just kept going, kept going.
The downhill line, that shows that he's not just a rail guy. Those are fun to watch.
If you want to sign up for this thing, you want to be in the contest, great, then bring some new. In this one, you've got that 50-50 big spin front board fakie.
I don't know how you get that to work.
But all in all, this part was well put together.
His best stuff he's ever put out, and that's Chase Webb.
We've seen 6 great video parts.
We saw some great skating. We saw Dakota Servold go on that kink rail ride to front blunt.
Clive surprising everybody with not just death-defying moves.
Franky came at it with a creative eye.
Kevin Bækkel's insane 50-50 grind.
We saw Jamie Foy with that handrail magic.
And then, of course, Chase Webb.
All 6 guys really did well out there, killed it in their video parts, along with their filmers. Skateboarding's one of the more difficult things to judge, but at the end of the day,
somebody's got to win.
You guys signed up for this? You wanted to be ranked? Here goes.
In the 3rd place, our bronze medal goes to Franky Villani.
Franky's part was absolutely incredible. I loved it. I'm going to watch it again.
Franky brought a different style of skateboarding than everyone else in the contest.
You watch this, you get a smile on your face.
Moving on, our silver medal goes to Clive Dixon.
He slappied up that green hubba. The biggest flip trick of the entire contest. He unlocked El Toro.
I think that the part being well put together and really well edited with the music, it was the overall presentation.
And finally, our gold medal goes to
Chase Webb.
Back-to-back, 2019, 2020.
He upped the ante on almost every single aspect from his 2019 part. His part, we'll remember this one for a while.
He was able to push his wild handrail innovation to the next level again.
With Chase Webb, you saw a perfect synergy of the great Chris Ray and this variety of spots, creative maneuvers, surprises. This is the dream team. Chase Webb, Chris Ray. Can't be beat.
So congratulations, Chase Webb and Chris Ray. You guys killed it. Let's go give them their medals.
Okay. When you're putting it together, do you guys feel extra pressure to win just because of last year?
I felt more pressure for sure.
Winning last year was like amazing, so just wanted to put pressure on myself almost to like try to make that happen again.
Let me double check something.
This is the commercial break?
Commercial break, sorry. Okay, you guys ready? It's gonna be a surprise.
Come on.
I can hear him, I can hear him.
Come on.
Like, the anticipation sucks. Oh,
Silver, let's go.
These look pretty.
Sick.
Hell yeah.
That's what's up.
Congrats, dude.
Thank you. Thanks,
Hyped.
Chris. We'll take it.
Yeah? Stoked, man.
Can I get those back real quick? There's one question I gotta ask kind of before you get these.
Do you know who won?
I don't know.
Yeah, right.
I have no idea. I do know who won.
Yeah, right! Yeah, right! Oh my gosh, dude. You guys are cruel, dude. No You guys are so cruel. Dude. Oh, yeah, right! Oh my gosh, dude. I'm blown away that we won. You know what I mean? To win 2 years in a row means a lot. To get another one of these, it means a lot to me. It means a lot to this dude.
I don't really have words, dude. I'm blown away that just happened, dude. That was pretty damn cool. Thank you to Chris, XGames. Skateboarding is the best. I'm just glad to be here doing it.